property that has to do with grouping, and we call that the associative property for addition or of addition. Let's look at an example. For example, let's say 3 plus in parentheses 5 plus 7, and let's compare that with 3 plus 5 and then plus 7. What is the difference in these two expressions? Just changing the order of operation because I've changed where the parentheses lie. So let's see what each of these evaluates to. Looking at this expression, this equals 3 plus, I perform the operation within the parentheses because of order of operations. 5 plus 7 is 12, and of course 3 plus 12 is 15. Let's see if changing the order makes a difference when adding. That's what I've done here. 3 plus 5 here, that's 8. And then what is 8 plus 7? It is 15. So we can change the order and it makes no difference in the final sum. We call that the changing or the grouping. We call that the associative property of addition. Let's look at that property. The associative property of addition, changing the grouping of add-ins does not change their sum. For example, 3 plus in parentheses 5 plus 7, now that equals 3 plus 12, which equals 15, and in parentheses 3 plus 5 plus 7, that equals 8 plus 7, which is 15. So, in other words, changing the grouping of add-ins, which is what I did, does not change their sum. This is showing that 3 plus in parentheses 5 plus 7 is equal to in parentheses 3 plus 5 and then plus 7. We use all these properties, though, to help us add whole numbers. So, how do we add whole numbers? We line up place values and we add from right to left. So let's add 5,267 and 132. Notice I've lined up place values and now we'll add from right to left. And we'll add vertically. 7 plus 2, that's 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 5 plus 0, or I just bring down the 5. The sum is 5,399. Let's try that again. We are practicing adding whole numbers. Let's suppose we have 8 plus 9 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1. Now remember, we have that commutative property for addition or of addition and the associative property of addition. That can help us when adding a lot of digits or numbers. In other words, I know 9 plus 1 is 10. I know 8 plus 2 is 10. So 9 plus 1 is 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. So that's 20. And then adding 5 to that, I know this sum is 25. And I can find it faster by regrouping and reordering. Let's continue. We are adding whole numbers. Let's suppose we have 24. And I'm going to add to that 9,006. And I'm trying to be very careful lining up place value. And then let's see, 489. And finally, 2,407. I want to add these four numbers. And notice again, lined up place value. Well, let's see what we have. 4 and 6 is 10, and 9, that's 19, and 19 plus 7 is 26. So I put the 6 here in the ones place, and the 2, I carry it to the tens place. And then we continue. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 8 is 12. So I write down the 2 and carry the 1. 1 and 4 is 5, and 4 is 9. And then 9 plus 2 is 11. And then let me place a comma. My sum is, or the total is, 11,926. So there's a little bit about adding whole numbers.